Sands is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Tea Podcast.
With incomparable luxury, Sands leaves nothing to the imagination. To learn more, visit sandsnewyork.com.
We are the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea.
It's true. We're from Long Island, so we say, how you doing? How you doing?
I don't.
We're in the middle of the vines.
Yes.
Because it's Memorial Weekend. So
It's
there's
kickoff. We're here. It's summertime. Long Island wine of the week.
I'm thankful for our hot teas.
Yes. That's like such a Long Island thing.
We're just talking about real life.
Right.
That's what we do. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Yes. How you doing, Sharon?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. Yeah. Well, I'm fragile.
Fragile state.
Fragile, as they say in Italy. So today is my last day in the office till I take Kenzie back to college.
Yeah.
So it just like went so fast.
It did. I really feel like it went so fast.
And of course,
She's yours.
oh yeah, we're leaving at 4 a.m. Not packed.
Are you packed?
Oh no, but I'm gonna throw. It's
Throw things in a suitcase and call it a day.
113 degrees the whole time I'm there. So I'm gonna take like 2 tank tops and mostly swimsuits.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can't wear any.
No.
You can't
You
dress
could throw
up.
a backpack together real quick.
Literally.
Yeah.
So for me, that's fine. And most of the rest of, I said I'm taking 3 suitcases. Most of mine is going to be filled with her stuff.
Right.
And then I'll then unload,
Yeah.
And then bring just empty suitcases back. But
Yeah.
so crazy. But we've got a jam-packed weekend, and it's just she and I going, which is nice.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
Special time.
Yeah. I mean, I upgraded.
You did.
I mean, they upgraded me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, honey, sorry. And we weren't together because she's one way and I'm round trip. So
okay. So you booked them
we weren't
separately.
linked. And I was
Yeah.
like, listen, just sleep on the plane, honey. I'll see you when we land. Okay.
You're
I mean, I
so
love you,
sweet.
but yeah, when we get there, we're gonna do some intense shopping. She's like, we got to do some super intense shopping, Mom, because she's moving into the sorority house.
Yes.
And they have apparently a lot of themed outfits that they need for recruitment.
Okay.
And recruitment week.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the themes, you know?
One was skiing, which I thought was stupid. I was like, it's going to be 100 degrees. And she's like, yeah, you wear like cute little shorts and a tank top and like earmuffs or goggles.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Got it.
And then there was one that was Barbie and one that was something,
So cute.
So we've got to we'll do some shopping.
Yeah, that's
It'll be
awesome.
air conditioned.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
In the mall. So so that's why I'm fragile, but it's definitely easier this time than it was last time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Chris and he's getting ready to send Sky
I know.
to ASU. And then we're going to send Penelope to Chicago Loyola at the end of the month. And the first time is so much harder because they're, Kinsey was trying to tell Penelope, she's like, she's like, I forgot how lonely it is. The first semester especially.
Right.
She's like, you're in the room and you have a roommate, but you're like, it's just weird. You're not with your family.
Yeah.
And you get really lonely.
Oh.
She's like, but now I'm going to be so busy and I have my friends and I know, the main thing I'm worried about is being so busy, she says. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, that's good as a parent.
It is
right?
a good thing, yeah.
So that's going on this week. And it's interesting. So after the Bellport Inn, which was hilarious, by the way.
I know.
Did you reflect on it? Did you listen and laugh?
Yes, I laughed. I laughed there. I was belly laughing the whole time because I loved it. But
that was the best part is when I'm there and they were like, stand behind me so you won't get wet. And I'm getting just drenched. The whole left side of me with every splash, just like it's covering the whole left side of my body. And I look at you and you're like, you can't even control yourself.
I can't compose myself.
You're laughing so hard.
Oh my God.
And we couldn't even see
so
them
funny.
up front. Chris and Alyssa and Michael, they were getting the brunt of it, obviously.
Oh my
pummeled.
gosh.
But you were like, I think, okay, I was getting fully
I was the safest.
wrecked. Yeah, you were the safest.
I was fully dry.
And so what you're doing, then you're like laughing so hard, taking selfies or taking pictures of me with like half of my hair standing up.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Mascara ran down your face.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and my facial expression looking at you like, okay. The best part is that it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. We had a good laugh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, but I loved Ivana and John. They were so sweet.
I loved that episode. I loved them. I loved Babe. I loved the whole thing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So it was really fun. And that's such a cute property. And we had a really fun day. Even after the cameras went off and the podcast was done, we hung out for a while and talked to their guests.
Yeah, it was so cute.
It was great. And then it was the weekend, and it was such an awesome weekend.
It was. Wasn't it incredible?
How was your Fire Island Bachelorette party?
Great. I totally maintained.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because we did this like tacos and tequila dinner type thing, and it was on the beach. So they were staying at the Palms Hotel, and it was a group of probably 20 of them. So me and her mom went together, and we were getting ready to have dinner, and the adorable wait staff were like welcoming us, but there was definitely a cloud in the horizon that was coming towards us. And they're like, we're just gonna wait it out.
Oh,
you know, it might not. It'll be all right. This, I've experienced it. Yeah.
Yep.
Where like I've been on Robert Moses, and like everybody's like, it's pouring here. What are you doing at the beach? I'm like, it's perfectly sunny here. But anyway, so we're sitting. We all sit down at the dinner table and taking pictures at the sunset, and it's beautiful. And he takes our drink orders, and there are margaritas in a can.
Oh.
I don't really do that.
It doesn't translate as well.
No. So that's how I maintained. But anyways, long story short, the storm starts coming in. So there's another bachelorette party table right next to us. As we're literally on the beach. It's such a cute atmosphere. And they all go under the awning. So there's like 15 of them and 20 of us. And we're like, what do we do? And the waiter was like, we're going to get you inside across the street, like really quick, like just run. So
it started to rain.
Downpouring.
This is the theme.
This is literally like a foot of water in the streets. Now we're standing in this other restaurant, and the DJ's pumping. It's awesome. We're having a good time laughing about it, but like we're starving, you know? We all put in our orders for food and drinks, and starving and thirsty is not even like, the answer. So we decided they put us in a taco restaurant down the block. Once it stopped raining, we were able to walk over, but we were literally knee deep in water walking over to this restaurant. It was hilarious.
So that was just a theme for you the whole weekend.
Turns out.
So it's funny you say that, because I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like a beautiful day. We went to the beach on Saturday morning. My favorite beach, Cupsog Beach.
Yes.
Is hilarious. The amount of merch. It was 25% off. It was
I know. I was going to say that this next like couple weeks, all the beaches, they do like 25% off. And then as it gets later, it's 50% off.
Yes, that's what the guy told me. He's like, I'm just saying, if you come back around Labor Day, it's 50% off. And I'm like, I'm buying this now.
Yeah, I need it now.
I want it. Yep. I love the Cupsog merch, because it's like, nobody else knows what that is. If you if you're not from Long Island, it's a total if you know, you know.
Yes.
And I love that beach in West Hampton. So I, of course, like left with full sweatshirt, hat. I was wearing everything. So we had a great day at the beach, but we had to leave because Tegan had to work at Danford's, which was, it was fine. But I was like, I kind of wanted to stay an extra hour. But it was so perfect. It was so fun. And we had the best day. And then we were home, doing stuff. And Kenzie was I think it's just getting close to leave. Yeah. So I was up in her room, which on the second floor and on the corner. And we were kind of like, sniffing at each other right then. And right then I was like, what is going on outside? It's like leaves are flying everywhere. I'm like, she's like, seriously, is it like a tornado or something? And I think like a microburst went right by our house. Next thing you heard is snap. All the power goes out.
Oh my gosh.
And it was still fairly early on Saturday. I mean, it was like 6 probably.
Right.
I'm like, what the heck? I go over, and tree that thank goodness missed her car in the parking lot, barely.
Yeah.
Full tree down on the wires, and we thought that was it. And then turns out there was actually a live wire down in the middle of Oldfield Road, and then on the other side there was another tree down. So I think it just went through like the alley there.
Yeah.
So it was great. Listen, it was a beautiful night.
Yeah.
And it was the storm broke the heat, right?
It
brought in this amazing like cool spell.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
It was beautiful. It wound up being a gorgeous night after that.
So we called, PSEG and got our wine and sat on the front porch and watched all the activity.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was great. I mean, it was entertaining.
I do have to say a little quick tip. Don't call an Uber in the middle of the bay.
Sorry?
We were coming back from the ferry the last ferry, so then you're stuck.
You did stay till the last
I
ferry.
did.
Okay.
I did.
You said you weren't going to do that.
I wasn't going to, but I did. And
entertaining, yeah.
We were on the ferry coming back, and her mom and I were chit-chatting on the top, and it was beautiful. And I'm like, oh, we should call an Uber so it's there when we get there. And so she's like, all right, I got it. So she did, and then we get everybody else's Uber is picking them up. We're like, where are you? And it's like 4 minutes away, 5 minutes away. Kept going further and further. So I'm like, finally, just call him. Call the Uber. So she does. And he's like, I'm at the beach. So he picked up our location to be at the beach.
In the water.
And we're like, oh, we're just going to cancel you and call another one. Sorry.
Yeah.
She goes, now my rate's going to go down.
Yeah, your rating's down. It was hers.
Funny. I'm like,
yeah, you would think. But no, of course they don't know.
Right.
Where you are.
Yeah. So
you can put in the location.
Yeah, but we weren't thinking that.
Yeah, last ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have your. I understand. Those margaritas in a can were better after the rain.
You pour them in a cup and they're
you
fine.
got used to them. Yeah. Okay. I got it. I got you. So the other fun thing that we did on Sunday this weekend is we participated in the Barbenheimer craze. You know what that is?
No.
Barbenheimer. Everybody in America went and saw Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm with you. Yeah.
So Tegan went and saw Oppenheimer. I think it was Friday night. And she was like, she's like, that movie made me feel dumb. I don't even know what just happened.
Oh, so many people.
It was 3 hours.
Yeah. And they were like, wasn't what they thought it would be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to see it probably, but it maybe in my home.
Yeah.
But we went and saw Barbie.
You loved it?
Did you see it?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
Sharon?
Can I take Pearl?
Yes.
Okay.
I see what people are saying, that it's really, there's a couple of things that it's not like a kid movie that you're used to, right? But it's so cute.
Okay.
And the things that are not, she's
Over
not going to
her
pick
head.
up on.
Yeah, exactly.
So cute. I loved it. So women's empowerment.
Oh, good.
I was dying.
Yeah.
So there's just like so many great scenes and messages in it, which I loved for women and men.
Right.
Ken is just as much of a star as Barbie in the movie.
Of course, yeah.
It is so hilarious. And one of the things I loved in the beginning, they're in Barbie land, where Barbie's, women rule everything. And it's so great because they're like, oh, you just won the Nobel Prize. You're Nobel Prize Barbie. And she's like, thank you. I worked hard for this. I deserve it. And they're like, you're so beautiful. And she's like, thank you. I know. And it's so funny
that
to hear
so
women
cute.
go like, yeah, I deserve it. You don't have to apologize. You're not. And then they go into the real world, and then it's funny and I won't tell the whole movie, but then Ken's like, wait a minute, men rule the world out here. That's so funny. Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just great.
Yeah.
It's a great message. It was much deeper than I expected. It's very cute and fun.
It's very like emotional.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I loved it. And let me tell you, Margot Robbie, most perfect Barbie ever.
Oh yeah. They couldn't pick a better. Yeah.
Is Barbie, living, breathing, and she could not have been more perfect.
And Ryan Gosling could not have
Ryan
been more
Gosling was
perfect.
awesome. We had a lot of talks about who else could have been Ken, and I was like Zac Efron, because Ryan Gosling was, but he was perfect because he's a good actor.
Yes, and he can pull it off. Yeah.
And you have to be a good actor, I think. But it was, I cannot tell you how great it was.
Yeah.
I loved it. The girls loved it. Kenzie went and saw it again.
I know. My nieces saw it like 4 times.
Yeah, it was.
And they're like, you have to see it.
Great. And I think you can, we were talking about it, I think off air last time, like, oh, can you take the kids because it's not a kid movie? I'm like, I saw Grease when I was 4 and I knew every word. And let me tell you, that is some suggestive stuff. Okay.
Talk about.
I mean, the movies that we grew up in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And Alyssa was like Ghostbusters.
Back to the Future.
I mean, there's
like,
crazy
so
stuff
many.
that happens in those movies.
Karate Kid.
Seriously. Well, so funny enough, speaking of, I was going to save it for celebrity, but, Pee Wee Herman passed away.
Yeah. Wait, this is, well, I shouldn't say this is funny, but Michael's like that Pee Wee guy.
Yeah. That Pee Wee.
And I'm like, Pee Wee Herman. And he was, I don't think he had no idea.
No. Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens is his name. Super talented character actor, by the way, and was in many, many shows, but most known for Pee Wee Herman. And we were talking about it last night, and the kids were like, wait, who was he? What was that? So I'm like, cue it up.
Yeah.
So we watched Pee Wee's Big Adventure last night, and Isabel and Kenzie Rover, and Isabel loved it because it's a Tim Burton movie, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a Tim Burton movie.
Wow.
It's so clever, but again, it's so ahead of its time because we're watching it and things that we never thought of back then. We're like, this is very gender neutral.
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire
Yeah.
cast. You know, we're like,
Yeah.
Interesting. And they're like, so is he gay or is he this? I'm like, no one talks about that.
Right.
No one, it wasn't a thing. Like
Right.
it was just Pee-wee.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just fluid before that was a thing.
Right.
You
Right.
know, again, totally ahead of its time and so fun and funny.
I just can't believe what he looks like at 70 years old. Like he still looks exactly the same.
Yeah, he's good. He's great. And it's too bad he had cancer secretly and passed away at 70. What a talent.
Yeah.
You know, and he was canceled again before canceling was a thing.
Canceled. Yeah, exactly.
And it's so dumb, I kind of feel like looking back. Like the poor guy, it was still in his obituary in the New York Times, you know, his scandal or whatever. And I'm like, can we just let it go?
Yeah, move on.
Jeez. Anyway, R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman, but
Absolutely.
we watched Pee Wee's Big Adventure last night in our house.
I love
and it was
that the
really
kids
fun.
watched it. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I forced him. They were like, no, we want to watch Love Island. I'm like, just cue it up. Just this is what you do in your house. Don't ask, just start it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you didn't, and Tegan went upstairs. She's like, I boycott. Like
She's
you're
like, I'm
missing
out.
out. You're missing
Gotta
out.
go.
Anyway, so there's a lot going on with Long Island Life, but last episode we also talked about what we were going to be consuming and drinking,
Yes.
and we
For
are
our taste of Long Island.
our taste of Long Island because it was this past week it was Sunflower Day and it was Beer Day.
Yes.
And so we decided, thanks to Long Island Farm Brewery,
Yes.
to have sunflower beer.
It's delicious, and I'm not a beer drinker.
I know.
You know, so I'm like,
I was worried about you. I was like, take a
I'm like, this is
sip.
delicious.
Yeah, and it's good.
It is. It's called Long Island Farm Brewery's Sunny Honey. It's a sunflower ale, and you know what I love about their labeling is barn and raised.
Barn and raised.
Isn't that cute?
You know, I didn't even notice that. That's so cute.
So this is brewed with sunflower seeds and local honey, mild and sweet, slightly nutty with notes of honey.
I love it.
It is, and you taste it all, right? Like
Yeah.
I taste the honey.
I love it. I love the label
I know.
and the marketing,
The branding,
and the packaging.
absolutely,
And it's good.
We are surrounded by beautiful sunflowers.
And I was talking about these from Water Drinker Farms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were talking about the sunflowers.
Yeah.
How amazing.
And this is
time of year.
literally like if you're watching on YouTube, you can't see how tall they actually are because the table's covering half of it. They're just absolutely beautiful.
I came in and they immediately made me smile, brightened up the whole room. I was like, I
I
love
love
these. They're
that.
so cute. I love the sunflower season. And this is great beer, by
It
the way.
is.
I
So
need to
surprised.
go. We need to go to Water Drinker Farm.
That's it. So we're gonna go.
You know where we're going right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Long Island Life, I'm about to leave with Michael, and we're going to go to Jones Beach right after this because they're announcing that next year, 2024, is the 100th anniversary of New York State Parks.
I love that.
That Robert Moses, you know, helped to create state park system for New York, which at the time was the most robust, I think it still is, most robust state park system in the country.
Yeah.
There were more parks in New York than there were across the entire country combined
It's so crazy.
at the times. And he, 5 years later, he did Jones Beach. He created Jones Beach. So we're going to be out at Jones Beach, and they call you, which I think is funny. There's
I
a press
love it.
conference, and they're like, "We want you to speak at the press conference about, you know, the parks."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sure, okay." And then
I get a phone call yesterday from Caitlin. She's so amazing. We're cell phone friends now, like because we're just tired of going
she's
through
with
everything.
State Parks. She's with Long Island State Parks.
Yes, she's been working for Chip for many years, and she's the one who gave me the tour of their parks office.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was
where
beautiful.
he sits at Robert Moses'
Yes,
desk.
exactly. But Caitlin calls me. She's like, I have to run something by you. So tomorrow, we just found. I said. She's like, we're having the press conference. I said, I know. Chip and Kristen spoke earlier. And she's like, no, I just literally found out like 5 minutes ago that there's going to be a photo op behind a sand sculpture that everybody's going to have to actually kind of climb up on this sand sculpture to take this picture. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I know Kristen normally wears her heels to these guys.
I love Caitlin.
She's like, I just wanted to call and prep you, and maybe you can just pass on the message to her to wear flip flops because it is the beach, and she's going to have to climb a sand
First of all,
sculpture.
that's so
And
thoughtful.
she's like, I'll send you a picture. Because I'm like, really? Like, that's all right. A little hill is not big, you know.
You're like, Kristen likes And then you looked at it and you were like,
and she's like, I'm going to send you a picture so you get an idea. She's like, it's not completed yet. She's like, but they're still working on it. She's like, it's gorgeous. I just want to give you a heads up. And I'm like, okay. So she shoots me a text with the picture and I'm like, yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Chip said that they had a ladder. It's this big sand sculpture announcing the new 100th anniversary logo.
Yes.
Which is so cool.
So
I
cute.
mean, only on Long Island you can do stuff like so. And Chip told me, he's like, 'cause they had it covered by a tent to unveil it, and then it got bigger than the tent. So there's like now a landing that you have to climb or something. I don't know what it is. And that's so funny because I was like, Caitlin and Chip have seen me over the years so many times.
Yes.
Struggle.
On the boardwalk with
on the
your
boardwalk,
heels.
I'm getting stuck. My stilettos are sticking in the boardwalk. And then I remember one time, I can't remember what we were announcing, and it was literally on the beach, like near Gilgo Beach, actually. Oh, I think they were opening it back up for cars, or I don't know what it was. Oh, they'd added some sand to it. And so they were like, oh, come. And I didn't know. I don't know what beach it is. I just tell them where I go, where they tell me to go.
Right.
I'm in my like little daisy heels.
Yes.
They weren't as stilettos because I knew I was going to be on the beach, but I still, no, they were like chunky heels, but still no. I'm like walking in the sand, and the wind that day was so crazy. So much that my eyes were just streaming water.
My gosh.
Like the sand and the wind is blowing. I'm like, hi.
I'm here.
Hello. Media. And I was like, I'm crying tears of joy for this great announcement. I was like, it's streaming down my face. She's seen me so many times, so that's so sweet. And so I did. I don't like it, but I'm wearing flip flops.
I know. And you look adorable in your lemon pants.
I'm in my little lemon pants, but I'm going to be short, which I don't like, but that's fine. I love state parks, and it's really going to be a great year of celebrations. We're having our first Ironman on Long Island.
Amazing.
At Jones Beach.
And this is amazing because once they solidify, a location, they'll come back year after year.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's in September of this year. I was talking to Chip about that. I mean, you're going to swim in the water behind Jones Beach Theater. It's going to be so cool. And there's so much to celebrate starting next year. So I'm really excited to be there, and I love being part of it. And that's so sweet of them to call me.
Oh, right.
It's so cute. I love it. They're the best.
They are the best.
And then what other Long Island life did you have? Because I had a couple things.
Long Island Wine Country's 50th anniversary celebration.
Oh, yes.
At Peconic Bay Vineyards in Cutchogue, Saturday, August 19th.
On your birthday.
On my birthday. I saw we were doing a social giveaway for that, tickets.
Yeah. I saw it. So follow our social. It's Discover Long Island social. On Instagram. And we're giving away. Those are $100 plus tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably going to sell out. So
it's definitely going to sell out.
So you should definitely. We've been talking about the 50th anniversary all year, and this is it, folks.
This is it.
August 19th.
Event this year.
Out on the North Fork at Peconic Bay Brewery. Is that what it is?
Peconic Bay Vineyards in
Peconic
Cutchogue.
Bay Vineyards. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. And it's going to have all the vineyards there. I'm sure tons of food.
Tastes. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's going to be awesome.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm so excited about that too. So finally, we get to celebrate.
And the Hampton Classic giveaway.
Oh, and there's a Hampton Classic giveaway, and that's in August too, right? And the Hampton Classic, in case. Oh, it's on mine. And in case you don't know what the Hamptons Classic is, it's like the total famous like equestrian horse show. All the celebrities.
It's in the Hamptons.
It's all the celebrities' kids that do the riding. So you'll see all of them. They're rooting their kids on. It's like see and be seen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we're sponsoring it.
We're sponsoring it, and we're going to be there a few days.
We're going to be there. I've never been.
I know, me too. I've been once, but it was like it rained out. So yeah,
it better not.
It was beautiful.
I am pumped.
The way they set everything up, all those tents, everything. It's just beautiful.
And we're giving you our hot teas tickets. So follow Discover Long Island social for tickets to go to Long Island Wine Country or the Hamptons Classic. I mean, we are literally telling you, and not only telling you how to live your best life, but giving it to you.
Right.
I know.
We're here
Cheers
for
to
you.
Us, by the way.
For you.
I know. We love you guys. I mean, who doesn't? And one more funny thing. I was just saying, I'm like, I got to take a vacation and just go around Long Island.
And do a big staycation.
Annoying.
I know.
I hate missing out on all this stuff.
I know.
Like I'm missing the brunch.
Right.
The
Hamptons
interactive brunch because I'm going to be in 1,000-degree cauldron
Arizona.
of heat, which I'm super bitter about, but that's fine. And then this morning, I'm watching the Today Show, and they had famous pizza maker Pascal Jones.
Okay.
Who he has his very famous bougie in New York City, Pascal Jones Pizza Shop. and he's got a pop-up in Greenport.
Amazing.
I didn't even know that.
Isn't
At
that
the
awesome?
Silver Sands Motel, which is like this really cool retro classic.
I know. We were looking it up. This
Yeah,
Silver
I'm like,
Sands
you
Motel.
guys,
And
what is
it's so cute,
Why have I not been there?
right?
And the pizzas looked amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Neapolitan style
I
pizza.
love that. Oh my God.
But he made, I want to get your opinion. He made clam pizza.
Ugh.
I know, that's what I said too. I was like,
You know, so pizza obviously is a staple in our house. It's like my favorite meal. Like Brayden asks me all the time, like, what else do you like besides pizza, Mom? I love all kinds of pizzas, not clam. But have you ever had a drunken grandma?
no, but is that the thick one?
No, it's the thin Sicilian type. It's a square pizza, thinly sliced, but made with vodka sauce.
Oh,
Oh my God.
really?
It is so good.
So this is me today watching it, and it's like that wood fired. And so I said
Yeah.
to Thomas, we need a pizza oven. He's like, okay.
You have the room for it.
Okay.
He's going to build it.
I'm like, I want a pizza oven
Yeah.
like right now.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
You
I'm
ever-
like, and then I'm
yeah.
gonna make Tegan make these pizzas.
She will too.
I know, because I can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I just have to like
That's
recruit
awesome.
everyone.
You know what's so funny? Speaking of like recipes and stuff, I was telling you a little bit. Ross Matthews, our friend Ross.
Oh, yeah.
he does TikToks and about like because he lost so much weight, and he
Yes.
was talking about like how he wants to keep it off. So he does all these little cooking mini series
Yes.
shows on TikTok, and he calls them recipes.
I think that is so cute.
cute.
I'm gonna follow that.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I love him, and he was just on like Celebrity Jeopardy or some celebrity game show the other day.
Oh,
I was
cool.
like, he is like,
He's all over the
and
place.
Michael said he's on the new Sex and the City.
Yeah, he has a cameo.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, being on Drew Barrymore's show.
He is everywhere. We love him.
But on these TikToks, he's like, I'm here in Long Island, on Long Island.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yeah.
I was thinking about him the other day because the girls went to Fire Island and
Yeah.
I still haven't been to Fire Island this summer. Bitter.
Bitter.
Thanks, Europe.
I'm really trying to figure out like what I want to do for my birthday, whether it's Greenport, like Duryea's. I want to go to Duryea's so bad.
Oh, the new one at
Yeah.
Orient Point. Me too.
Or Fire Island. Like, I don't know.
Fire Island.
Because Fire Island's like a staple. But we need to still plan our
I
getaway with
know.
Laura. So
I know. Laura from the Palms and also now the Fire Island News keeps trying to get us to come out there. And so I'm like, yes. Anyway, so I was thinking about Ross Matthews because I'm like, I wonder if he's made it to Fire Island yet.
Yeah.
We should just go.
I know.
And make Ross go with us.
yes.
I'm telling you. You think I'm joking, but
No,
I'm not. I'm
we
going to call
need to tour
Ross
him.
and be
Yeah.
like,
We've promised him a tour.
I know. He should go with us. I have not yet had a rocket fuel this summer.
Aye, me either. I had margaritas in a can, but that's
Yeah, well, that's probably not too different. Okay, one other thing, because again, we're at the late point in the podcast to talk about this, but Gilgo Beach still continues to the Gilgo Beach murderer, allegedly. And now they're linking him to all of these other murders. Have you seen
in
that?
Las Vegas, right?
And Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And him and somebody else to everywhere. So then
Where's Dexter when you need him?
what? I know that was a weird show. But you know what was so weird is he was like this CEO architecture firm and he had multi-million-dollar clients and all of this. And then they were showing like his wife and family come back to the house. Did you see the house?
Yeah.
What? I was like,
Well, that's the whole question. It's like you're an tech and you have like all this money.
his house was like, looked like
But
it was a
his
cabin in the
parents.
woods.
It's
in Massapequa. It didn't look,
Yeah.
it looked,
Massapequa Park.
so this is why I love Newsday. Mm-hmm. Because I'm thinking that I'm seeing the house. I'm like, what is up with this house?
Yeah.
Looks
And
like
that's
it's
what
in-
a lot of the neighbors said too.
And then Newsday headline, successful architect lives in rundown house. I'm like, right. Thank
Right.
you for picking that.
Right, exactly.
I was like, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Very weird. Little sus.
And the other thing is like his wife, I feel bad for his family. I don't know anything about them, but it's got to be like horrific.
I can't, yeah.
And then, but she comes back to the house and she just like sits on the front porch and stares
She's
at everybody. And I
probably
was
like she's probably going through a lot.
I don't know.
you know?
I could go inside. I
I don't know.
Just remember, it's all alleged right now.
I said alleged.
you did.
Michael wants to make sure.
We'll cut it out. We'll cut that out.
No, don't cut it. Because I was like, it's a good reminder. We don't know.
Right.
I don't know anything.
Right.
All I know is what the media tells us.
But I
Right.
heard it was like 2,500 pages.
There's been a lot
documents.
going
yeah,
on.
It's crazy.
And anyway, so that continues to be. Oh, I also heard there was when they went in to look at the house, there's a walk-in vault with an iron door
Stop it. Stop.
and over 300 weapons. Like, it doesn't matter what's inside.
Mm.
300 weapons. It said. It didn't say what kind, but I was like, no one thinks that's weird.
Right.
a walk-in vault and an iron door. I'm just like, oh. I mean,
Was
this
it, like,
is
hidden?
stuff that is, I don't know anything about it. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like you think about these shows, these movies, things like that. They show you like normal life, whatever, and then all of a sudden, like they find this storage room and it's where people were held, and
It's literally out of it. It's like
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know. So crazy. Anyway, that continues to unfold. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, two things. 2 of Long Island's hospitals were voted best in the United States.
amazing.
I mean, and that's what we're always saying, like
Yeah.
the healthcare here.
because we're so close to New York City.
Yes.
You know, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sloan Kettering, the best cancer
Oh
hospital
my God.
in the world.
I mean, literally, I just, it's something we always talk about Long Island life. It's more than just what to do and have fun. Living here and having the best healthcare and the best education and innovation, all the things that happen here. So I was very proud of that. And then before we finish with Long Island life, I'm going to talk about our upcoming day at the Ducks game.
I know. I'm so excited about that.
I'm excited.
So I reached out to a few people to see. I mean, you know,
my God.
because part of
So-
this sponsorship
Oh my God.
is we're sponsoring Long Island Ducks.
Chris, you know
And
this. You're going to die. Listen to this.
Part of the sponsorship is you are honored to throw the first pitch. So Allison's like to me and Kristen, which one are you going to do it? And I'm like, I haven't. That's like, no. So, no, I cannot do it. But I could see you doing it 100%.
Why?
I don't
Why
know,
would you
because
ever
you're
see
sporty.
me doing that? I'm not
Sometimes
sporty.
You do things like that. Like you've done iFly and
Yeah.
trapeze and stuff like that. So I could see you throwing the first pitch.
Okay, that's like core work. Okay,
True.
You guys were both like, "What? You're not going to do
You're not gonna
it?
do
You're
it?"
not going to do it?" I'm like, "What? Why in God's name would I ever go in front of thousands of people?"
It's hilarious because it's fun. Like the Ducks
No.
games. Have you been to one? A Ducks
Yes.
game is fun. Like they have the DJ playing.
It's
they pump
so
up
fun.
the crowd,
It's
and like
fun.
Quacker Jack is there with you. Like it's fun.
Sharon, before I get in front of a crowd of people where I'm giving a speech or giving a presentation, where I know I'm good at that.
Yes.
Like I know what I'm talking about. I feel very confident in what I'm doing, and that it's going to be. I go into a deep dark place. Even before that, can you imagine leading up to me throwing out the first pitch? I wouldn't sleep for a week.
that's so
I would
funny.
probably just not come to work and practice pitching.
Well,
It would be horrible. I'm too competitive for that. It would just eat me alive.
You got it.
I think
I'm
she's
not
got
doing
it too. I think it would be so funny.
I'm not doing it. I was like, call a board member.
So I reached out to a couple of them, and one of which was Brian DeLuca.
Yeah.
And Mitch, we reached out to Mitch as our incoming chair, and he has prior engagement. He can't.
Yeah, same.
Brian DeLuca's like, oh, that sounds so much fun, right?
Yeah, he's sporty.
He's like,
He could do it.
He's like, let me check with the because we have extra tickets. You're more than welcome to bring your family. They can cheer you on.
Yeah.
He's like, let me check with my wife, and I'll get back to you. Whatever. He gets back to me like 20 minutes later, and he's like, turns out I have a prior engagement. My son is getting married.
Oopsie.
I'm like,
Might want to put that date
true.
in your mental calendar.
You might want to clock that, Bri. But so he can't do it. Mark is thinking about it. He is.
Great. Mark of Elegance.
He's like, I got to practice pitching first before I
Oh,
commit.
he'd be great.
Yeah.
He's like totally fit.
I
and
know.
athletic.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Great. Oh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
And it'd be great for his business too, some promotion. If
Right,
Mark
exactly.
That's awesome. No, I was like, we have a bunch of sporty board members. Tell them to do it.
I just
do
really
enough.
wanted you to do
I
it.
do enough for Discover Long Island. I am not subjecting myself to that. No, man.
Then I was thinking, well, like, what if Thomas does it?
Thomas could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd want to do it. I don't know.
I bet you he would.
No. Well, we'll see. If Mark of Elegance says no, I should ask him. Or Dan.
Yeah.
Would Dan do it?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's the level of anxiety around that.
I know.
We've got so many things going on, and we're like, who's going to throw the first pitch of the Ducks game? I don't know. The amount of work that we've put into this is crazy.
It is funny.
But anyway, so what is it, August 10th, right?
Yes, August 10th.
August 10th, come out to the Duck game and find out who's throwing out the first pitch.
Absolutely.
I mean, just you're on the edge of your seat, I'm sure. And we're going to have T-shirts that you can only get that are Discover Long Island Ducks T-shirts at this game.
they're
We're giving them
adorable.
to everyone. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm
so
excited.
we're excited to go.
Yeah.
And Absolutely not. I was like, you guys, stop
Absolutely
it.
not.
100% no. I don't even know what you're saying to
God,
me.
that's funny.
Okay, what else we got going on as far as like things around Long Island that we need to talk about?
National Oyster Day just passed August 5th. So you can come to shopdiscoverlongisland.com to pick up our relic t-shirts.
Oh yeah, because we talked about all the places to get oysters last episode, but we forgot to talk about
the cool thing about our relic shirts is for every t-shirt purchased, I think 5,000 oysters are seeded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I know that every t-shirt is, basically oyster seeded in the bay, which is amazing. And so and Michael also put on here, like, we have a ton of partners, which we talked about, where you can get oysters all year. So check out our TikTok, because we listed a whole thing of them.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. The Long Island TikTok or the Discover Long Island TikTok? Discover Long Island. Follow both of our TikToks, obviously. And then what else? It's National Book Lovers Day.
August 8th.
Yes. And so on August 8th, K&S, that's us.
You're reading the notes.
We're discussing our favorite books to read. Oh my God.
I have a ton.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Like what?
Like my favorite ever book is Nightingale.
Oh.
It's sad, but it's good.
Oh, okay. That sounds sad. Mm-hmm. We like Fit Doc, Michelle Reed's book.
Yes, and I just got back from DI a couple weeks ago, and the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks wrote a book.
You told me you loved her.
I loved her. What's her name?
I don't know.
She was our keynote speaker, and she gave everybody books. So I'm really excited to read that because she was awesome.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Give it to me. You said you'll give it to me when you're done. Okay, so that's good. No, I haven't been. I've been listening to more podcasts lately than books. There was one I took. It's called like Normal People. It's kind of weird. Honestly, the books I read these days are ones, because Kinsey reads like a book a week.
I know. She's such a little bookworm.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And so she'll give me whatever books that she wants me to read. I read The Selection, which was like, I think I told you, it was like Hunger Games meets The Bachelor. It was like definitely a young, it was like a young adult book series. Yeah. But she's like, you got to read it.
I love everything though, like that. I love like Hunger Games. I love the Twilight Saga.
Yeah,
I
read all those.
Harry Potter.
One of the movies that was in the previews of Barbie is the new Hunger Games,
which
is
the fourth
a prequel.
Yes,
and it looks amazing.
It does look amazing. Who's that actor who plays the president on Hunger Games?
The original one, Snow. I love Donald Sutherland.
Yes, I love him. He's Kiefer Sutherland's father.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Right? Mm-hmm. So he's awesome. So that's coming out. I'm excited about that. But also one of the cool bookstores on Long Island is Theodore's Bookstore.
Yes.
In Oyster Bay.
Yeah.
And of course it's called Theodore's because Teddy Roosevelt, yes, who was from Oyster Bay and Sagamore Hill.
So smart.
it's owned by Steve Israel, who is former Congressman Israel, and is still very, very involved in a lot of like university global think tanks.
Right.
I mean, he's amazing. I get his newsletters all the time.
And you know what I love about it? It's an actual bookstore.
Oh yeah.
You know, you don't really find that. And there's one in Greenport. I know, like
we have
a lot of little villages.
We have some cool bookstores on Long Island that are locally owned, and you get the authors in there to sign their books. I really do love that. Yeah. So I love the books. National Book Lovers Day. That's I'm more of an Audible person. It's fine.
I do have to say, back to podcasting, I do have to say I listened to the DMOU.
Oh,
and you're right. It was like hearing our song on the radio for the first time.
The DMOU podcast where they talked about this podcast and how great it is. What
cool.
a great example. I was dying. All right, some celebrity.
Really quickly, they could go to Amazon and see your favorite books.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, yeah, we have our Amazon page where we list all of our favorite books.
Yes. So if you want to know our favorite books, like the one I always talk about is Nightfall. You got to read this book, Sharon. And it's about the Flight 800 that blew up over Smith Point Beach.
Yes.
It's fictional, but it talks, it was before I ever even knew Long Island existed. I read this book. And it's just really, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's an amazing story. And I think about it every time I go to Smith Point Beach, which is one of my favorites. Okay, some celebrity. I don't know if this is celebrity or anxiety right now, but the Women's World Cup team.
Have you been watching?
Is giving me some straight anxiety.
Oh, you've been watching?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been watching the Women's World. The Women's World Cup soccer is amazing.
I know, but like the games are on at like 3 a.m.
Well, they replay them though, so you can watch them, and they've been on the weekends. Like if you wake up in the morning, they're on. I was watching. I think it was like the Netherlands the other day versus Brazil or something. Really good. But the women's. Remember, I told you it was like if they could do a three-peat, it would be the only one, and the pressure. They're basically the last two games they have like tied. barely.
Oh my gosh.
And they're not playing the teams that
Stressful.
are, yes. And so now it's so, so annoying. Like now the narrative is like, is this the worst women's cup team ever? Like what's going on? I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
way to just,
Shoot him down.
exactly. I'm like, God, the pressure that they're under. Why don't you just calm down?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm hoping they do like a turnaround because they're struggling.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, they're still in it,
Right.
but like barely.
Barely.
And the anxiety level,
Yeah.
That-
Anxiety.
the anxiety when I'm watching these
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
This is why I usually just like to hear the score later.
Right. Well, me too.
But they run so much.
I know.
They work so hard. It's such an athletic game, and you're like,
Oh, soccer. Yeah.
God. And then the only other thing I was going to say is little Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's mine.
Is it? What is it? What was yours?
The bonuses.
Oh yeah. Okay. Tell me.
I resign from Discover Long Island. I'm going to go work for Taylor Swift's crew, who
Yes.
makes $55 million in bonuses.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I read that I think this morning that
Yeah.
she's the
On
truck
her Eras
drivers.
Tour crew.
The truck drivers, she gave $100,000 bonuses each.
Wow.
I mean, she's making $1 billion or
Yeah,
something off of
yeah.
this, and she's sharing it with all of the people
That's
that are
such a
contributing to
good
her
little
success.
Swiftie.
I love her.
She's so cute.
And I was going to tell you that she actually, in her Seattle concert, did you hear that they registered a 2.3 on the earthquake Richter scale?
Yeah, Michael is telling me this morning.
They were
crazy.
They were screaming so loud.
That's
the
so
crowds.
crazy.
They actually registered on
This
the
was
Richter.
in Seattle?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm like, gotta love that Tay.
Yeah.
Gotta love that Tay Tay.
You do. And you know what's, this is some celebrity, the whole saga, what am I trying to say? Strikeout?
Oh, the strike. Yeah.
The people in LA are trying to say like, Taylor, you should cancel your tour in LA
She's not a writer.
to contribute your funds to this. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, stop it.
Right. Come
She's,
on.
I mean,
Although The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, my love,
yeah.
my heartthrob,
Okay.
donated $1 million to them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but she shouldn't cancel her tour.
No, isn't that crazy?
Let's just break little girls' hearts all over the country.
Right,
Come
exactly.
on, stop it. That's crazy. And speaking of other fabulous musical divas, Lady Gaga shared her heartfelt
yeah.
post about Tony
Yeah,
Bennett because they were
course.
really close. I was wondering, didn't hear from her for a couple of days. And then
Yeah,
she's like,
she needed
okay.
to take it in. And
Oh, and then we talked about this a couple weeks ago. The new trend of people throwing things at artists on stage.
yeah, it's terrible.
Why?
I don't understand it.
Why?
Fame, I don't
Someone
know.
threw a phone and someone threw a shoe and people are throwing. And then the other day, someone threw a drink on Cardi B and you could see it. There's video.
Yeah.
And they throw a whole drink on her while she's on stage. And then she was just like, as a reflex, took her microphone and just threw it at the person.
'cause she's
and now
spicy.
she's getting like,
Sued.
yeah, she's getting sued, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you shouldn't be able to. Why do you pay a ticket
Right?
to go
That's
see
my
someone
question.
and
Is
then-
like, what is wrong with you?
and then injure or deface them in whatever way? Like, why?
yeah.
What
I
do
don't
you-
understand it.
This is why I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things, Sharon.
Right.
Because guess what? When the artists all start canceling their tours because of these jerks.
Because violent acts.
Yeah, because there's a
being
couple of
assaulted.
bad apples.
Yeah.
I can't.
But
with
what
people.
bothers me is like you're paying that much money to be that row in the concert. And you're
Just
going to
to
throw
go.
things.
Just to go and be a jerk.
yeah. it's
Right?
crazy.
I can't. What is wrong with people? Did you see that Twitter changed their logo?
To X.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stupid. That's so stupid. I saw that. Like, did you see the meme of it? Like the first logo ever in like whatever it was, 2006 maybe, and it like kept showing you the reiterations of it, and then it's now this just X.
Yeah. So I saw on Twitter, or I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't even know what it's
Threads.
called.
No,
No, Threads is different. I guess it's called
Okay.
X.
Yeah, it's called
I don't understand.
What
it.
is the deal with the X things? I hate it. Why do people think that X is so cool now? Stop it. But somebody put what I thought was like a brilliant logo, and it looked like a little tweet, like a little bird as one of the
Arms? Yeah.
yeah. And then there was an X, and I was like, they're like, how about this? I was like, I would if I was Elon Musk,
Yeah.
I would immediately adopt that logo because
Yeah.
it but I think he wants to get rid of the whole bird tweet thing. But still stirring things up.
Yeah.
That Elon Musk.
That Elon Musk, he's crazy.
I know, but listen, he's doing his own thing. Anything else? What do you got? Anything else before we wrap up and And I go climb a sculpture, a sand sculpture,
sculpture?
and then go into the red hot heat of the sun.
I don't think so. I think that, we're going to meet internally to talk about, upcoming episodes and what's going on. We're going to take another break at the end of August.
I have one more thing to talk about before we leave because we're like just at time. Okay. Another trend on TikTok. Michael, have you heard of the trend girl dinner?
No.
It's so dumb.
All right.
I hate these. Some of these TikTok trends, I love them, but sometimes I hate them.
Right.
So now they have two. They're both enraging to me.
Okay.
The first one is girl dinner.
Okay.
And so some girl was like, oh, my boyfriend is working or whatever. So I'm going to have just like some cheese and crackers and whatever. And you know what? It's like a girl dinner. And then all of a sudden it's a trend and everyone's like, girl dinner, my girl dinner is, and they had a whole thing on the Today Show. What's your girl dinner? My girl dinner is this, everything had cheese, or this one had some, whatever it is. I don't even know. Salami and some little sandwiches. I'm like, that's just called dinner.
Right.
Why is it like, what are you doing?
It's
girl dinner. Stupid. It's girl dinner because when we're not, when we're on our own, this is what we eat. I'm like, that's not new.
Right.
I've been eating charcuterie. It's called charcuterie. I've been eating it for a decade. Why is this new? It's charcuterie board.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and like, I love it.
Girl
The
dinner.
Charcuterie boards. It's like, it's an adult Lunchable, actually.
It totally is. And that's what girl dinner is too. It's an adult lunchable. That's fun.
So
it's
true.
100%.
Yeah.
It's basically cheese crackers and some meat.
Yeah.
And some bologna.
Yeah.
And then the other new trend that is equally enraging, they're like, it's called lazy girl job.
What?
I want a lazy girl job.
What is it?
It makes me want to slap you is what it is.
Yeah.
It says it's the rejecting hustle culture.
Stop.
And where you want a job where you don't have to do that much, but you make good money.
That's like
Chris is dying.
everyone in the world.
And it's trending. And they're like, everyone's talking now about the lazy girl job.
I can't.
How to get one. I'm like, go away.
Stop.
If please, no one say this to me.
No.
And then I'm going to give you one more. This is like a PSA. This is a trend. And I saw this on News 12. There's a phone scam going around.
Yes.
I want all of our hot teas to know about this phone scam.
Okay.
It looks like a number from your area.
Yeah.
And when you pick it up, it'll say, can you hear me?
Yeah.
And you say
say
yes.
yes.
Or it'll say, is this Sharon Wyman?
Yes.
Is this, and it'll say your name. And you say yes. And then immediately you said yes.
So they have you recorded.
Correct.
As saying yes.
Saying
That's not
whatever
new.
they're doing. It's not new, but it's a trick. Can you hear me?
Right.
I thought was new. And because usually it's more like later on to try to get you to say yes, but just to try and catch you off guard.
Right.
And can you hear me? Or is this so-and-so? And you say yes.
Well, funny enough, you say this. Chris sent me a TikTok the other day, and it's all about AI, and it's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they were saying is AI can record your voice and interpret it.
Oh, yeah.
And now you can have, or your kid's voice or something like that. So now they're calling you and it's your son's voice on the other end saying that they're in trouble or they need something.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. That happened to me. I told you this a couple months ago. Where some guy called. I answered it because it was an area code it was like the first 3 digits of my town. And I answered it. And I'm like, hello. And they're like, he's like, Mom, it's me. It's me. I was in a really bad car accident and my nose is broken. And he's hysterical crying. And I'm like, who is this? And he's like, Mom, it's you. It's me. It's your son. And I'm like, you are full of baloney.
That is so horrible.
Better luck next time, buddy. Like,
that is,
you're scamming the wrong person.
So horrible. You didn't tell me that happened to you.
And I could tell because it was like,
because it wouldn't,
and it was an older voice.
But now they can mimic your voice.
Yeah. And I was like, what's your name? Because I was acting like I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's me. And that's when I was like,
well, and think about it. If you have kids like me that are out driving or that live in another state, and that is, you know what? Karma will come for you.
exactly.
Karma will come for you.
Yes.
These people That's worse than lazy girl job. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've given you now your PSA, your warning,
Your warnings,
your trends, all the things happening on Long Island. I think we've done our due diligence for this week. And when we tune in next week, we'll tell you all about, our travels and what we've been going through. So stay tuned and make sure you follow our social and enter those giveaways and leave a review. Okay.
Tune in.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.